since we're waiting for the markets, let me explain a few things about volume profile for those who are not familiar with volume profile, or maybe familiar but they don't know exactly, or they need some improvement. Um, Volume profile is something that, if you take it away from me, I am blind. I don't know what to look at, what to see. Now you could basically smoothen the edges to make it smoother like this, but I start my analysis from the longer term. For example, yesterday I mentioned the YM is going to be a swing short trade, but my level was from here. There was a reason for that. So let's assume that um, you have a strategy that you're trading, and a lot of us have strategies, right? How many of you trade technical analysis? I do have some technical things that I use, such as a couple of indicators that we have. I also like Fibonacci's, etc. But this level on volume profile was important to me. Let's go to the ES. I'll explain it more. Yesterday on ES, I said the market is touching my level. What was the price? Was 39 22, 39 25, 26, 39 26. So ES, I pointed to it early morning, yes, and even the day before. This level was there. See, 39, 39, 25 here. This price. This is on a um, daily chart. Okay, and at one point I said ES at my price now, but it's looking strong. Yesterday at 8:23 a.m. early in the morning, uh, it was really looking strong, and the YM. Uh, I mentioned the YM. I have a short swing short from this level. YM was approaching my level, but it was not touching it. So I thought maybe I'll wait for the YM regardless. But the point is, volume profile is key because volume profile will confirm or will disconfirm, if I say, or will not confirm the levels that you have. Let's say you're doing Fibonacci, right? Best example is this. I'm doing Fibonacci, for example, and I have an ES level on volume profile, and I'm drawing my Fibonacci's. You can get your Fibonacci's too on Sierra charts. Very easy, very smooth, very straightforward. I'm doing my Fibonacci's, and I see my 62% is at this price, 39.25, 39.26 area. You see how beautiful this is, and with volume profile, this is a major level that we look for. We call this poke in and poke back out. And if you just, this was the price, and if you just, uh, drag the market, sorry, the chart a little bit, you see how this is a major level for us on, we call the safest entry level here. Why is that? Because once we go, remember, this is a belly, this is a belly, this is a valley. So remember, once we go into the belly, this is a continuation zone. So your stop loss cannot be above this area. Again, I'm talking general. There's a little bit more details into this. But let's say if you have a Fibonacci level, let me just 1 second. For some reason, let's assume you have a level for a short that is here, right? This is your short. You're waiting for the market to go for this to touch and go short. Whether long term or short term doesn't matter. You just switch. The view is the same. Just you trade it differently in terms of how many ticks you take first target, what is your stop loss, etc. But the methodology is the same. So let's assume you want to trade short from here, and your Fibonacci level is here, 68%, right? So you have a 68 or 50% retracement is here, for example, and the other Fibonacci retracement 68% is here, right? Knowing this is an area that is giving you the least risk here, because the stop loss is, which one you're going to pick, because if you take it from here, your stop loss could be all the way up here. The market could easily go through this area. We call these suction tubes. Do you understand this? So now the volume profile gave you a better idea of what level to get in, right? Any questions on this? So if you got in at this price here, you would have been taken out. Meanwhile, my level that I pointed to held exactly to the tick. And that it held for a big swing, not only for just a, simply because the level was from a bigger frame. Where is, hold on. I just pointed to support levels on the indices. Let's start with the ES. I said my next support level on the ES is going to be 3820 level, right? Let's look at 3820 for me to explain it better. Let's look at ES again, and let's look at a daily or 1 day profile. Look where 3820 is. Do you see where it is? It's in the middle of a throat between two major volume profiles, two major levels. Now there's a support here too, right? There's a support here too, but this is your best support. This area there's support here because the stop loss is near this. So there is a reason for this. And if you're looking for a support and you're doing Fibonacci, for example, I'm just doing Fibonacci's for examples, right? If you do your Fibonacci's price retracements, let's see. Do you see where the 62% or 62% retracement is? Remember, I mentioned there is a support here before I did my Fibonacci. Let me remove the Fibonacci's. I'm giving you something very important. Please pay attention. I'm recording it too. So I said there's a support here too. This support here comes from volume profile purely. Why? Because it's the bottom of this heavy volume. We call it knife. Notice the orange zone from here to here. You see it, everybody? Right? So there is a support here too. But I know there's no but. Sorry about this. But if I do my Fibonacci's, you will see there's also Fibonacci support here. So this is a good level for somebody who wants to trade for maybe a scalp, and maybe it's going to hold. I don't know. But do you see it's the same 50% retracement, and it's confirmed to be a support here with this zone. Do you see what I mean by the volume profile is going to give you a view where it's going to confirm or maybe not confirm your levels, or maybe adjust your levels. So it is important to trade with the volume profile. Furthermore, I'm looking for the market to break down on the indices simply because it is a downtrend. It's a downtrend. You see it, weekly downtrend. The trend started from December last year. It's a downtrend, right? And I'm looking now at the 1 day profile. I see the most the biggest entry in the market is pending is here. So there's we call it attraction, substantial attraction level, right? YM, biggest attraction level is here. See that? So eventually there's a drop, market coming to it. Gold is attracted to 1622. Remember the gold level I called already. I said the gold is at my resistance level, but it was ugly. That we cannot deal with. Sometimes the market is ugly. So I said 1662 is my level on gold for a swing short, right? I'll explain why. And because the gold has an attraction at 1622, there's a big chance for the gold to drop. Technically speaking, it's still a downtrend. Look, the downtrend from a long time now. However, however, the reason why I picked this level was not random. The reason why I picked this level, let me remove these lines, you will see. I have a retracement. I have a high, I have a low, I have a retracement. The retracement went to if you see this, the retracement went to a level where it is the market doesn't like there's a big chance for rejection. That's one. Second, let me show you. Do Fibonacci. Look where it touched. This is the reason why I said 1662 is a reversal on gold. Right here. See this? And we have, the RLs, we have other indicators as well. We have smaller indicators such as power lines. See, these power lines are intersecting, indicating a resistance in the area. So there's a lot of things you can confirm, but volume profile is key. It's very important. Okay? Any questions on this? Um, let's see some of the indicators that I really enjoy, I like to use. If you look at a 60-minute chart on gold, notice the power lines. Power lines are probably the most underrated indicators that you can get, especially um, with technical trading traders, technical analysis or technical indicators. This is a technical indicator that I have added volume to it, so it's not technical anymore. It's basically very advanced. But it's much better than trend lines. It's called power lines. You notice how the two power lines from the past that held this move on the gold 1662, that was my price, my level right here. And if you look at a smaller chart, for example 30-minute chart, we also had two DRLs, dynamic reversal levels, also confirming that um, for a move down. Remember, this was a level that I pointed to yesterday early morning, even before the market was there. I mean, the market was even lower, right? So it is important to look at confirmations. The key is not only knowing the levels, but also knowing how to trade them, where the stop loss is. Timing is important as well, and confirmation, right? Very important. But let's assume that you have a scalp here from your technical analysis or any system that you are using. Um, let's assume that you have something like a Fibonacci level. I don't know where to draw it from, to draw this from. Um, but let's assume you have a level here. Once the market stops here, the power line will help you scalp that trade. Since this is on a smaller chart, the scalp should be a smaller scalp. And notice how the power line held it. You see this from 1652 to 1652.7. So it's not bad. I mean, these power lines are very good. If anybody wants to use them, they're available. There's training on them, and you can always ask during the live sessions. The live session is designed for training overall. So um, you get 6 hours a week to ask questions because it's 2 hours a day, 3 days a week. Plus, we have also the Telegram as well, where you can ask questions or you can uh, private message me, etc. So scalping, you said you want to look at scalping. Um, as I said, overall it's a mess, right? I'm looking at a 60-minute ES. It is a mess because we are in a continuation zone, as you noticed here. This zone here is not the best. So what I did, if you insist on scalping, since I'm looking for the market to come back lower, we have a zone in this area for scalping. Market might reject this level right here. So I went to the hourly. As I said, you start with the hourly for scalping. That's the best thing you do for stability. Then I put the top of the candle to the low here. If it goes up, I saw notice a level here that could be suitable for scalping, right here. Unless we go down now from here, it will negate it, right? So looking at the 987 tick chart, you see where it's standing. 987 tick chart, 38.56 is a good level for scalping short. Okay. Now the next thing you do is patience, because you want the market to go up to this area. You want the market to show you some confirmations when we get there. If you have your SAL indicator installed or working, you might see some entries popping up, like the what do you call it? Some flashing happening. Entries, you will see them, the big entries happening. You might see a DRL indicator, more power lines maybe. Also the arrows that we have. I added now the other indicators too to this. So the power lines are all over the place. You can design the power lines to work differently if you want. You can right click, go to studies, go to power lines. You can basically cancel the ones that are over 50 ticks in breach. So anything that is breached for more than 15 ticks, for example, it will not show. So now you will see maybe less power lines, see a bit less. You will only focus on the strong ones that are holding. So now once the market goes up to this level, you will maybe depend on different power lines. You will have these. You see these magenta lines here? These are entries. These are heavy level entries, uh, pending orders, waiting for the market to take them. See how they're flashing coming up? So this is also a good confirmation. So the idea is to anticipate. So we anticipated the move to go up to this level, 62% retracement from the last candle. Everybody draws Fibonacci's differently. Everybody's learned Fibonacci's differently. There's no right or wrong, because we are estimating the move. The final thing is to use your volume profile to find the exact level. So volume profile will be the final level maker for you, and then you confirm. So you anticipate, you confirm, and then execute. Confirmation goes with, we have different indicators to confirm, as I explained. You can have your own maybe added bonus indicators that you use. Regardless, volume profile is key. If anybody is interested in a full trial where you can get access to the indicators as well, just go to the trial, go to the website sierrachartindicators.com, click on the 2-week trial. um, it's easy, just watch this video and then this one. Very straightforward. It will take maybe a little bit of time, maybe a few minutes to download Sierra chart. And then once you get Sierra chart, you have instructions on how to give me your license ID, where I can give you access to all indicators, and they are in Sierra charts. You don't have to download anything. You just go, once you get that done, basically you go to your chart. Let's say you have an empty, like just an empty chart, an empty page like this. I will give you my chart books. There's clear instructions on how to install them or put them on your station, and then right click, and they will come up with all indicators anyway. But it's very easy. You go to studies and you will find them here, custom studies. Okay, so it's very straightforward thing. And with full memberships, I'm offering Sierra charts for free. Like we pay for Sierra chart with this package, with this new package, for 1 year. Okay, just look into it. Let me know if you have questions. At this point, this is after the session. You clearly see me typing for the members that the YM eventually came up to my level, or coming up to my level, and I'm looking at different instrument. But YM, you notice the beginning of the video, the beginning of the video was about 3 hours ahead of this, or maybe 4 hours. I'm talking about morning session, and this is around 2 after 2 p.m. Why? Because 2 p.m. was the FOMC statement where pushed the YM up to my level, which I've been waiting for since earlier this week. So sorry if we had boring two sessions on Tuesday and Wednesday morning, but Wednesday afternoon the market came to my level, and this is where I called it. I said this is my level, and any trader that was with me, been following me, they know how to deal with it. It went immediately about 300-400 ticks in favor after it touched above 33,100. It was fast too as well, so it was a good catch. You will see the results as well towards the end. Furthermore, I called it again, and when it retraced higher, I called the YM again from 32,920 level. I said there's another short, another resistance coming up. So basically, folks, patience is key. It's important to understand the market. It's important to understand the risk involved. And you see me here basically pointing to the target initially, and I have a bigger target as well. By now, the market is going up again, retracing. We have some power lines showing up, but you notice that I am typing to the members, telling them there is a resistance at 39, 30, 33, I think, yeah, 33, whatever the price it was, 30, 39. You will see me typing 32,920, and from there the market just zooms back down immediately. Okay, it just goes up a little bit and then zooms down. So if anybody did not catch the first trade, the first level, I gave them another signal, another level for resistance. And you noticed how there was a sell, a substantial attraction level that showed up. The pink magenta line showed up a few seconds ago. So all these indications were, available to the members. Anybody who trades with me trades the volume profile using the SAL indicator for targets or support and resistance, or even volume profile and other indicators. They know how to trade this. They benefited from this. Okay. So let's see what else we got. So what you have witnessed so far, a session, teaching session. I also referred to this level on YM, and it is actually so far down 900 ticks in favor. The entry point was when I called it, as you see here. I do trade CFDs. This is the futures. This is just to show you how much profit could be made out of this if you're patient, if you follow the instructions, if you follow the rules. Again, as I mentioned earlier to my students here, I said it has been a tough week due to the FOMC statement and the waiting for it, but it was well worth it. We are almost in a 900 ticks as a runner. First target would have been about 100 ticks, so that is on two contracts, that is 200 ticks, and then 900's profit, that is over 1,000 ticks in one trade. And even if I had to wait for this level for a couple of days, which I have been waiting for, you've been in the room with me, then it's well worth it. I kept saying we need to see the market going up before I catch the short down. Thank you. Hopefully, we'll see some of you. By the way, you noticed during the session, during the teaching session live earlier this morning, I was talking about gold and how attracted it is to coming back down to 1622 level. Do you see what happened to the gold today? The FOMC statement brought it up a little bit, although 1662 was my level earlier. as you noticed, which was a good profitable trade. But the FOMC, what happened is that went up, came back down, and now it's coming to 1622 level. Okay, just to let you know that these things are not random. SAL indicator gives you the hidden pressure that you don't see otherwise. It's market makers levels, so you have to really pay attention to these levels.